Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today I am going to give I'm going to do my PAX Unplugged 2025 Philadelphia field report. And today I want to talk about the Brothers in Cardboard, which is these three guys I witnessed at a Learn to Play. It was a full game of Thunder Road Vendetta at the Restoration Games. At the Restoration Games, not their shop, like their area within the convention. It was essentially in the vendor area, right? In the vendor hall, right? So I got into this Learn to Play for Thunder Road Vendetta. Now, actually, I had wanted to do this over a year ago when I was there last year and didn't get a chance. This year, I had to go to the 2 o'clock, get waitlisted, and then come back on the wait list at 4 o'clock, right, to do this. It was not easy, right? And so I got in, and I was blessed to play Thunder Road Vendetta, and it was really a highlight. I would love to say it was the best part of PAX Unplugged, but I had a really amazing PAX Unplugged this year. And it was one of many extremely good experiences. And so, but one of the reasons why it was so good was, first of all, Restoration Games they built an amazing board game. Second, it is a board game that's been turned into a role-playing game, which is my absolute catnip. And then, in addition to that, their teachers were fantastic. And their teachers, this person started teaching us the game, got called away in the middle, and they had another coach come in and just seamlessly pick up where the other one had left off, right? And they just did a phenomenal job of letting us play, the game. But then also, when we got to the point where we were rolling and we knew what we were doing, they would step away, but they would look. It was almost like a good waiter. It was I was astonished how good this demo was. So it just had a great time. But then what made it even better was these three brothers in cardboard. All right. So who were these guys? All right. So I was really blown away by these three guys. So they were not actual brothers. I could just tell that they didn't look anything alike. But they were three Asian guys who were between 20 and 26, and they were friends. So they were not brothers, right? But they were friends. And I got to play the game with them, and the reason why we're talking about them right now is one thing, all right? So I have gone to PAX and been in Learn to Plays and gone with people I care about, right? People who are in my care group, right? And one of the things I realized was there was once, and I was inverted, so I was all by myself, and these three dudes were friends, right? And so I destroyed two of the cars of one of these guys right out of the gate, and really had very strong play, and I was becoming like the dominant pick for the winner, and I couldn't believe that these guys were self-aware enough to get this. But one of the guys, he was like, I'm going to take my helicopter. And he's like, and I was like, and I'm out ahead, right? So the logical place to put his helicopter is my Eliminator, my big, large truck that, is hurtling toward the finish line. And everybody else is behind me. And so he's like, and he was hesitating. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, hey, put that right, you should put that right in your front arc, and you could shoot at my Eliminator, right? And because I knew he was hesitating, and I knew why, right? He was like, here I am with all my friends, and this guy's by himself, and we could tear him apart and drop him out of this game quick, right? But that would be rude. And I couldn't believe it, because I remember being in the same position where one dude had dropped into this group, into an extra seat. And I was like, oh, we probably shouldn't tear him apart, because he's going to feel bad about that we all ganged up on him. I couldn't believe that these people were kind enough to think about that, right? And it was a level of sportsmanship that I was just incredibly impressed with. But what also impressed me is just the super strong friendship of this group, right? the one guy was like really like he was trying to learn the rules very well. He wanted to win. And I know guys like this. They're like, I need to know all the rules to win this game on the first time I play. And this is the opposite of me. I'm like, I'm not going to learn all of this. I want to experience this. I want to be marinated in this. I don't need to learn every rule. I just want to experience it. I will know this game and know how to win this game when I've played for the 7th time, right? And a lot of people are the exact opposite. They're like, you have to teach me how to win this game now. And so he had a lot of questions, and his group was really patient with him, right? You know, and like and his questions were like carefully crafted, and they were very thoughtful, right? So I'm not denigrating his style of play, but the other thing is they were all like just kind of plussing each other's experience, you know, celebrating when they would you know, get like when they would destroy one of my cars, right? Or they were like, you know, they were busting balls when I took out one of the guys, 2 of his 3 cars, like within the first 2 rounds, just like wrecked him, right? And they were busting balls on him. It was really funny, like, you know, they had that type of friendship where they could literally insult each other, and their friendship was strong enough to know that like that was part of the shape of their relationship. You know, it's just they're strong enough that they could josh each other, right? And I was really like, and the weird thing is, I realized that these 3 guys were doing the exact opposite of me at PAX, right? And you know, and I used to go to PAX with friends, and I don't anymore. And the reason why is I am carving a path through PAX, right? And I'm only doing the things that I'm hyper interested in. And I will kill an hour waiting on a wait list to do exactly what I want. Whereas if I'm with friends, I'm not going to be like, hey, wait in this wait list line for an hour for this one event with me, you know, because that's a whole event, right? And so I was really, and I think one of the reasons why I'm talking about these guys right now is I'm really thinking a lot about this, right? Because, and I think the reason why I'm thinking about these guys is this bittersweet thing that I am leaving behind. And not only am I leaving it behind, but I'm telling you, you should leave it behind. But I want to talk about this because I want to acknowledge the value of it. I really think we need to leave this. We need to leave friendship in role-playing games behind, right? And you're like, what? That's all friendship. That's all role-playing games are. Getting together with your buddies and cutting goblins in half, right? And I'm like, no, that's not. To me, you know, like that's cute, right? Like basketballers. Hey, buddies, let's go out, get a couple beers, and then go out and shoot some hoops, right? Yeah, that's cute, right? But the best basketballers in the world, the best basketball in the world is professionals who are not friends, right? And they're dropping threes from, you know, 45 feet out on the reg, right? That's actual basketball. It's not just you and some friends shooting some hoops in an alley, right? Like, I really want to leave that behind. I want to take Dungeons and Dragons, I want to take all role-playing games to heights people can't even spell right now, right? You know, and I want to achieve with Dungeons and Dragons. I want to fix society with Dungeons and Dragons, right? And with Dungeons and Dragons, right? And in part of that is leaving friendship behind, right? But I also want to take a minute right now and say, I know why people want to clutch to this, right? Because I saw it. These guys loved each other. They were really tight and supportive and challenged each other, right? And I have to say, and I've had friendships like these, right? You know, but I will also say, I'm a terrible friend. I'm very aware of this. It's absolutely a bad Scott aspect. I'm not a great friend. And the reason why is my interest. I will always elevate my interests over my friendships, right? Like, yeah, it's just, I know, you know, I'm aware of it, right? So, but I really think we need to move away from this. We need to move away from friends and gaming, right? We need to take game, and they've done this in sports. They've, you know, like there's just leagues of, you know, like I highly doubt many of the guys on the Eagles, you know, Philadelphia Eagles are friends, right? They're professionals, right? They're there for not for the love of the game, but to make the game something it's never been and to take it to new heights, right? And that's what I want to do with Dungeons and Dragons. And that means leaving friendship behind. But I just wanted to take a minute, right, as I'm doing it, as I'm encouraging people and saying D&D is a lot more than fun, and it should be played with people other than your friends, right? That I do understand what will be lost, right? There is an incredible value of this. And these three guys just, and I'll bet that all of their PAX, I would expect, was dented by this friendship. They didn't get all to do the things that they wanted to do. They had to make sacrifices and compromises all along the way so that all of the friends felt it included and, built in. But it was a beautiful thing to see, just a strong friendship between three guys who loved to board game, loved each other. And I just wanted to take a minute and say, I understand what's being left behind. Yeah, and I know that's a strange thing to say, but also I just, I'll wrap this up. I do want to say thank you. My channel is so unusual, and I just share what I'm really feeling and what's in the moment and what I'm thinking about. And I can't believe that, just sharing these incredibly esoteric, eccentric views is growing my channel. I've got it surprised every day that anybody and that my channel grows, but I am very, very thankful. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.